الله لمن حمده الله أكبر
Clear, sorry, I wasn't clear enough. I was told I shouldn't be saying rape gangs. They are rape gangs. I'm talking about rape gangs. I'm not talking about country lines. But to go back, nobody likes me saying rape gangs, although they are rape gangs, grooming gangs that I would call rape gangs. Tell me about them. How many of those have we got? Not country.
In 2006. Today the court heard one victim feared there may now be consequences for speaking out against Sadiq. Another victim said it was impossible to tell anyone what had happened because of her religion. Another victim said her family had been very supportive. Shireen Williams is from an organisation that works with Muslim women.
In some families, you said something like that and your family will support you, your community will rally around you, and said actually that we have no space for the perpetrator in our social networks. But in some sections of the community, it's a case of keep quiet about it, or are you really telling the truth?
Sadiq taught the Quran at the Medina Mosque for more than 30 years, but had no formal qualifications. He would threaten pupils in class. This woman, who can't be identified, said Sadiq would abuse her while other children were in the room. Her words have been spoken by someone else.
It sounds a bit sad. It starts to feel quite normal eventually. Because it was every day, I was just sort of going in thinking, yeah, let's get this over with.
Sadiq has had no involvement with the mosque since 2006. Today a statement was read on its behalf.
We applaud the bravery and courage of the young women who now, as
Muslims are overtaking London with a vengeance, and with over 3,000 mosques, it is a growing faith among Gen Z and younger. The city is set to become less English and overrun by a faith alien to the culture. Now the number of Muslims in the UK is roughly 4 million, with that number set to double by 2050.
You! Who's the other ones here? You! Who's the other ones? You! They're all human, that's why you're still alive! Who's that crap? Silly guy! Silly guy! Is he local? I get paid from the police. I live here. You get paid from the police. What was that paid for before then? Why was that paid for before? I'm here, you can't. I'm here.
Welcome to Sadiq's Londonistan.
Good afternoon. An 81-year-old part-time imam from Cardiff has been sentenced to 13 years in prison for sexually and indecently assaulting 4 young pupils. Mohammed Haji Sadiq abused the girls at the Medina Mosque in the city, where he taught the Quran for more than 30 years. From Cardiff Crown Court, Jordan Davis reports.
Mohammed Haji Sadiq leaving Cardiff Bay Police Station last year. Now convicted of 14 child sex offences. Today, he was sentenced to 13 years in prison.
The Muslims in question are primarily immigrants seeking asylum, but rejecting the customs of their host country. They import the culture and values that made their native country uninhabitable for them.
Yes, brother. I'm on time and I'm running the road. Have a quick line and I'm running my jaw. I ain't getting no stuck to the roads. You're weak and you're stuck to a hole. Done crime and got nothing to show. I'm feeling incombustible. Crazy guy that ain't.
So when these Muslims from the Middle East arrive at the UK, they form enclaves, unassimilable Pakistani, Afghan bubbles completely antithetical to London and the United Kingdom. For instance, in Pakistani traditions, and even certain judicial interpretations, forced sex is not often considered violent sexual assault within the institution of Section 375 of the Pakistani Penal Code states that the statutory age of consent is 16 years old. Yet in practice, Pakistan has no legal age of consent because girls get married much younger than 16, and marriage is legally required before sexual intercourse. Legally. Here's a British Pakistani caught trying to force himself on a 14-year-old British girl.
Put this camera.
No.
Hands down.
Just,
One.
can you just confirm your name?
Yeah, my name is Tahir.
Tahir.
Yeah,
Okay. And why are you here?
because I want to meet my little girl, so
You're meeting your little girl. You what?
not for sex. Trust me, not for like sucking and like.
Everybody's
So hang on a minute. You've been talking. You've been talking.
Look my situation, you know, I'm not coming for, you know, I was doing, yesterday I was with my another girlfriend, so I'm not ready for sex. That's why you look at my position, I'm not ready for...
Tahir? Tariq? Is it Tariq?
Yeah.
Right. So you've been talking to a 14-year-old girl, haven't you?
Yeah, but not for sex,
So
ma'am.
so you didn't say to her then yesterday that you wanted to kiss her all over and stick your tongue in her pussy?
The thing the government claims never happens keeps on happening over and over.
They can shoot you, they can torture you, they're brutal people. Like, rape ain't enough, they will do more and more and more. There's another girl that will get sold to the Feshis, the ones that got brought over from Pakistan. She was in the next room and there'll be a queue, literally a long queue outside. They got them printed like little passport photos, like things. And then he took them back to Pakistan and showed them that he had a young white girlfriend in England. I didn't have one social worker stand up in court and say that I was being sexually exploited. I got my care files 4 years ago and that's all it says in there. So they knew, and not once stood up in court and wanted to help me. There's hundreds and thousands of girls that feel like this every day. I'm 32. It happened when I was 14. And the police still don't want to do nothing. I had girls in my cell reading my paperwork. I was classed as a nonce in there. We had my 18th birthday in there. I missed my auntie's funeral and for being raped.
The past 18 months has seen a major awakening in the British people concerning these violent sexual assault gangs the media calls Asian grooming gangs. And Rupert Lowe of Restore Britain released a damning document on the decades-long sexual abuse of rural British girls by established Pakistani Muslim gangs. The report revealed that at least 250,000 women had been sexually abused since the 1950s, many of which were repeatedly abused multiple times daily for years. That's more than 6 times Stamford Bridge Stadium capacity over and over again for years. It's clear this is an ideology that's here to dominate, and the Mayor of London has a hand in it.
Clear, sorry, I wasn't clear enough. I was told I shouldn't be saying rape gangs. They are rape gangs. I'm talking about rape gangs. I'm not talking about country lines. But to go back, nobody likes me saying rape gangs, although they are rape gangs, grooming gangs that I would call rape gangs. Tell me about them. How many of those have we got? Not country lines, those particular groups.
To avoid any misunderstanding, can she define what she means by that?
Yes, if you look at what's gone on in Rotherham, where there are people taking young girls, grooming them for sex, that is what I'm talking about.
We know in London there are issues about exploitation of young people, but they're not as defined by the member in her definition of what those types of gangs are.
So are you saying we haven't got the same sort of gangs that are in Rotherham, Bradford and lots of other places in the country?
Just for you to misunderstanding, what does she mean by that?
You know full well what I mean by that. It's all over the television. You know exactly what I mean by that. These gangs of people that are grooming young girls for sex. Do we actually have those in London?
Today we need to give a full answer. Can she be clear what she means by that? I'm not clear what she means.
How much clearer do you want me to be?
For anyone wondering why the Mayor, Sir Sadiq Khan, will weasel out of such an important question, Sir Khan was born in Tooting, South London, but could it have anything to do with his parents being British Pakistani Sunni Muslims emigrated from Pakistan to the UK? Despite no restrictions whatsoever on having a place of worship in London, many of these immigrant Muslims still take to the streets to pray, obviously disrupting the British way of life and presenting this change as the new norm. This has to be the most flagrant disregard of British society, and have never hidden their intentions to supplant it.
Why are you in Christian countries? Islam is so great. Why are you in my country?
This is not a Christian country, number one. It's a secular country. It is not governed by Christian rules.
Why don't you
It is not.
When the British natives confront the Muslims say to their faces that they are making the most of the freedoms afforded to them by the laws of the UK, and there's nothing the natives can do about it.
To my 10-year-old fucking daughter grabbing your cock. Don't fucking act the fucking innocent. You grabbed your fucking cock to my 10-year-old fucking daughter. To my fucking daughter, you grabbed your fucking penis. To my 10-year-old little fucking girl. Right?
You're doing the fucking wrong.
Don't fucking deny it. Give me my phone. Don't! My daughter's 10. Yes, it's fucking you. My daughter.
Native British society love their bubbly, frothing pubs and vibrant nightlife. The Muslims, not at all. The Muslims practice strict gender segregation during religious, social and community events. They have zero tolerance for progressives, plus their blasphemy laws have no place in the West, let alone London.
Thank you, Duff. Thank you, Duff. Thank you.
As it turns out, there's still a lot the British can do about it. Brits reject Sharia laws, they reject the shame of female identity in the name of modesty, and they reject subjugation of women in society. The UK government has shackled the people with speech policing laws claiming to tackle hate speech, criminalising so-called false messages, known to cause anxiety. Now they're rolling out the Online Safety Act, so criticism of ills in British society becomes next to impossible, because they know that there's no statement in the world someone somewhere could not be offended by.
When kids are getting raped and murdered, in my own country it's happening as well. Hey, you stood there smiling. Muhammad and Muslims are nothing but evil ideologies. It is evil. And what are you doing? I have the right to touch it. That's not racial. Yes, Muhammad.
We're alright then, don't worry about us.
What are you doing?
Over 12,000 people have been arrested in a single year in the UK under Section 127 of the Communications Act 2003 and the Malicious Communication Act 1988. That's more arrests than even China or Russia. The abuse the British have been forced to endure from their government is absurd. Stating that the UK has been overrun by Muslims could land a Brit in prison. But Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood spent part of her childhood in Saudi Arabia and had been advocating for child education reforms since 2019. Today, high-achieving Emirati students can no longer receive government grants to study in the UK, as the UAE flagged the UK, accusing British university campuses of fostering Islamist radicalisation. Shocker. There's also Baroness Sayeda Warsi, Shoka Adam, Iqbal Muhammad, Ayub Khan, Adnan Hussein for Global Islamic Solidarity.
Social media posts, there was a lovely lady, Lucy Conley, who was locked up for 32 months for just a very emotional social media post, which she deleted after 4 hours, about the Southport killings, where this chap, Axel Rudakabana, went and knifed 3 young girls and killed them. Despite the fact that the British state, through Prevent, was aware of this, and we've had a similar case recently with Henry Novak, where, again, it was actually, I think on this occasion, a Sikh, stabbed him, and the police, despite the fact when they arrived at the scene, he told them he'd been stabbed, the police didn't believe him, and they tried to handcuff him, and as a result of that, it's arguable that they opened up the wound, the stab wound, and he drowned in his own blood.
Thankfully, there are patriots like Rupert Lowe, who are leading the charge against lunacy and suicidal empathy, and would rather be brave than to whimper out for fear if being called a racist or derogatory slurs. He understands that in order to correct a grave injustice, the British must peacefully speak the truth and must stand their ground against invaders, no matter who they may be. From July 2026, 16,476 people have been deported as enforced returns, even though the government claims the figure is 67,188. They diluted the real numbers with voluntary returns, many of which left the country on government financial support. A leaked Home Office audit revealed that out of 412,000 unauthorised individuals living in the UK, nearly half are legally classified as unremovable due to active, outstanding asylum applications, judicial appeals, or human rights legal challenges. For Britain to be great again, deportations must be in the millions, and only the best people that share the values of the UK, or at least respect it, must be granted a pass. With Starmer out and Andy Burnham soon to be Prime Minister, will this bring the needed change? Let us know what you think in the comments below.